In this video, I will demonstrate how to add a new library and how to add terms to a library. Libraries are like dictionaries that contain terms, and these terms are recognized by the text analysis algorithms and allow extraction of these terms from the responses that we have uploaded. To begin with, we open the text mining node by double-clicking it, and we use our previously created sessions and then run the text mining node. We wait for the interactive workbench to open and extraction to complete. Currently, we are in the categories and concepts window. However, we need to access the libraries in the resource editor. To do so, on the top right, we see the categories and concepts tab with a drop-down menu. We click on this drop-down menu and select resource editor. The resource editor shows us the libraries that are currently being used, and it allows us to manage and manipulate these libraries. Let us add a new library. To add a new library, I go to Resources and I click New Library, and let's call our new library the Test Library. Okay. And then I click OK. Let's now go back to our Categories and Concept window. So we go to the top right where we see Resource Editor, click on the drop down and select Categories and Concepts, and we see that once we've made any change to the libraries, to the Resource Editor, we will have our Extract pane highlighted in bright yellow. So we click on Extract, and that will extract using any changes to the library. Let's take a look at the terms in our Extract window. They are right now in a form of light brown, and the type assigned to each of these terms is unknown, meaning that they are not recognized as part of the libraries or the resources available to this interactive workbench. Let's add the term transcription to our library. Again, we go to the top right, click on the Categories and Concept drop-down, select Resource Editor. We have highlighted our test library, and now we're going to enter the term transcription. So we click in the box below term and we type in transcription, hit enter. Transcription has now been added to the test library, and we see that it has a type called new type. We also have two other options. We can select the match and the inflect button for each term we enter. The match term allows us to modify how the word is recognized. For instance, if we have a match of entire term, transcription will be picked up with other words surrounding it that create a phrase. For instance, we might see the phrase transcription will not change. That might be a phrase. However, we can limit whether transcription will be picked up at the start of a phrase, at the end of a phrase, or modifications of these. And one commonly used extraction is entire no compounds. This means that the word transcription will be picked up, but it will not be included in any phrases. It will be recognized as a separate word. So with this match, entire no compounds, let us go back to the resource editor. Click the Categories and Concepts pane and extract. Transcription is now highlighted in blue, and it is recognized as a new type, meaning that the change to the library has allowed the program to recognize transcription as a new type. Let's add another word to our library. Let's add the word transcribe. So again, we go to the drop down, select Resource Editor, make sure that test library is highlighted, and then we click on the term to add the word transcribe. Okay. Here I'll demonstrate how to modify the inflections, or why we may want to modify the inflections. If inflect is selected, then this is particularly useful for verbs such as transcribe. So modifications of transcribe, such as transcribes or transcribed, the past tense, will also be recognized. If we do not check inflect, then it will not recognize inflections of the verb or conjugations of the verb. But let us click inflect so that it will recognize conjugations of the verb transcribe. Then we go back to the categories and concept pane and click extract. Okay, now we see that transcribe is also highlighted as a new type. This video has demonstrated how to create a new library and how to add terms to a library.